The news this morning is that Governor Granholm wants a longer school year. Yesterday, on the first day of school, she said that lawmakers should require more than 180 days in the classroom. That's on the first day of school. All the kids were moaning and probably, well, they get excited on the first day of school. I think they get to see their friends again and find out what their classes are and show off their shiny new clothes and books and lunch boxes and all the rest. Governor Granholm says a longer school year. Doug Pratt is with us now from the Michigan Education Association. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you think about this idea of a longer school year?
Well, you're not going to get a whole lot of argument out of, the teachers and other school employees in Michigan that a longer school year or longer school days are going to help students in terms of student achievement. More time on task is going to help them master particularly the harder concepts and the higher bar that we've set in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, as it often is, it comes back to money. If you're going to extend the school year, you've got to figure out a way to pay for it. And in fact, the trend has been to go the other way, to shorten the school year, to take days off the calendar because of the decade-long budget crisis we're in. So you got to come up with a solution to that problem first.
Let me ask you this. This might be an ignorant question, but teachers, if they have summer off anyway, isn't their salary just considered a yearly salary?
Well, it's a misnomer that teachers have the summer off. Really what teachers are doing during those summer months are preparing for the new school year.
Mm-hmm.
They are taking advantage of a little bit of vacation time, but you also have to look at what the school year itself entails. I mean, those are 60-hour work weeks for most teachers between preparation, class time, grading, meetings with parents. So really, when you're looking at that, you have to take into account the costs. If your show went from being 3 hours to 4 hours, you'd expect to be compensated for that too.
How many days are we in now? If she wants more than 180 days, are we at 180 now?
No, it depends on the school district. Each individual district makes its own judgment calls, but you've got some school districts that are at that 180 mark or over. You've got others who are in the 170s, even the 160s, because several years ago the state went from tracking days to hours to provide school districts the flexibility to do longer school days but fewer days.
I see. So it's really a matter of hours. We're right now at just under 1,100 hours, depending on how you want to slice it all up.
Right, and it's a balancing act. I mean, you want to make sure you have a long enough school day. You also want to make sure you have a long enough school year. During an extended break during the summer, students can lose up to 2 months of what they learned during the school year. That's a big hill to have to climb come this time of year for educators to get students back up to speed. So we do need to look at this. We need to address it. We need to allow school districts the flexibility to do what they need to do. But in the end, you've got to figure out a way to fund it. And that goes back to taking a look at our broken tax structure, taking a look at how we fund schools, what opportunities there are locally for schools to make decisions about raising revenues. All those things need to be on the table, but certainly we've got to look at the length of the school year as one of the things that we've got to address.
Okay, thank you very much, and we will stay tuned on that one. Doug Pratt from the Michigan Education Association. One-time Congressman Tim Walberg running again in the Republican in the Jackson, Battle Creek, and South Lansing area. Good morning, Mr. Walberg.
Good morning, Michael Patrick.
I ran into Congressman John Dingell at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island this weekend. He was sitting on the porch talking about the fact that he was kind of getting a little rest before the campaign kicked in, and he said that he felt that the campaigning at this stage of his career has been more negative than it ever has been. And mind you, he's been through, 29 House races now, plus the ones that he worked on for his father before that. Do you find that to be the case? Is it terribly negative now?
Well, it has been. I think at least we haven't gotten back to the point in the earlier years where they went out and they dueled on the streets.
Yeah.
So I guess everything is relative. Congressman Dingell has far more experience in campaigns than I do, so I certainly don't correct him on that. But I've been through a number of difficult, challenging campaigns, a lot of targeted races that I've been through in my years in elected office. And it comes from passionate people, but I think it also comes from the fact that there are major issues on the table, and the special interests would be out there. The one thing I'm seeing, Michael Patrick, is a change in the amount of dollars that government employees unions are able to put in campaigns, and that has a bit of unseemly taste to it because it comes from taxpayers funded jobs who are now lobbying on behalf of electoral office against the people that elect them and put them in office. So that's a concern that goes on, and there's a lot of issues we have to address.
We will talk more with Congressman Tim Walberg in the coming days.